want to put the next question to you like this. It's a direct question that has come to both you gentlemen. Yeah. Meshack, one from Chepkonye who's saying, who do you expect to call the other first for dialogue? Because it looks like it's the only way we can get out of this protest that we've seen.
Who do I expect to call the other first?
That's it, between Raila Odinga and Ruto.
I expect William Ruto to call Raila because going by what we have,
yes,
he sits on that chair. So he is the father. And when things are not going right at home, and then you would expect the son to be the first one to reach out to the father somehow, it might take a little longer. The son might agitate longer, but the father needs to rise above and say, you know what, I'm the father in this home, especially if you're not doubting that you're the father.
Yes.
So that is what Uhuru did before, but that does not mean their conversation should end up in a handshake. It is just the father calling the son and saying, I can clearly see you have a problem. What exactly is your problem? It doesn't mean they have to agree with what the son is asking for, just listening that what is your problem. Because if you sit there, you take a different position. The William Ruto campaigning to be president is not the William Ruto today. The William Ruto today is recognized as the president by the global leaders across. Yes. Mm-hmm. So that is why he needs to elevate himself a little and say, you see, I have a program here and here and here to make the life of Kenyans easy. You're giving me a problem. What is your problem? I want to listen. And that is it. It is solved.
All right. Just one more direct question to you before I cross over to Sikolia as well.
Yeah.
Which pressure is bigger? This is Pablo Moja. Mm-hmm. Is it pressure from investors and the international community asking Ruto to fix the country because they're speaking directly to him, or it is a pressure from Raila Odinga, pressure from within?
I think the pressure from within should take the priority.
Yes.
I don't think we owe the international community anything. They have their problems. The other time when Trump and the states had their problems, we didn't give them any pressure to fix America. And so they should not give us any pressure to fix Kenya. We need to fix Kenya because we are Kenyans, yes, and we need a beautiful country. Mm-hmm. We need a peaceful country. Pressure from outside, for yes, me, is zero. Pressure from inside means we need to live together and coexist and plan our destiny together. That is what I call real pressure.
Pretty much. Yeah. All right, I've got one from Salim Kisenyo to you, Sikolia. He's asking, could you ask Sikolia, all right, where he thinks the position of the police in making protests in this country become unpeaceful are, and what should be the next reaction in the next protest come next week, Monday?
When you look at the police, they've got a mandate.
Yes.
And it's to keep the peace. Okay, so if they come and they have stipulated, and I believe that the laws are there governing, if you want to have a demonstration, whatever it is that you want to do, as long as you are able to do it within that particular law, right, then you give them no reason to be able to come and say this is illegal. For in this instance, if this thing was really, really important, I would say, let's make sure, right, that we have done everything possible where the police are concerned. Why? Even the president had said, we allow them to do the demonstration, to liaise with the police and do the demonstration the way they want.
Yes.
That, in a way, is, baiting you. So I would say, if I was involved in this, I would say, please, 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 let us make sure. Go to the police, confirm with them, this is what you asked for, and have it in writing. Then you will have the police saying, okay, yeah, you met, they cannot come and say it's illegal. They'll come and say, okay, you met all the stipulations. So then the only thing that you'll be left with is, how do we deal with the the element of the element of the demonstrations that is going to be controlled by vandals, right?
Yes.
The vandalism, and in that aspect, being able to come and say we had our people, because they have their people, and we're able to pinpoint so and so did this, so and so did this, because most of these guys, in fact, I mean, you were seeing them on videos, they'll all be caught. So it's just a matter of time, and you start seeing people appearing in court, right? Talk about KICC. The way they went to KICC, you need to remember last year there was a lady who was actually taken to court for using a washroom. And they're told, no, you're in an area that you're not allowed to be in KICC.
Yes.
I doubt that all those guys came. And see, when you come to KICC, at the gate, everyone is searched, because it's a controlled area. I doubt those guys were checked and such. So by the way that they accessed that place already, had question marks. Now, when you have even the police being pelted with stones, for me, I was like, that's a very dangerous thing. Because that policeman would say, it was in self-defense. So it moves away from them carrying out their mandate to keep the peace to, I was in danger and I had to protect myself. And so I had to fire. We've seen, how many times have we seen, how many firearm holders have we seen say that and they've been let go? But now, because it's the police, they cannot do anything. If they shoot, they're going to be told, you killed someone.
Yes.
But then nobody's asking. Those policemen are also human beings. Those policewomen are also human beings. They're people's children as well. So when they're being injured, we've not been told about any that has been injured. But if you look at the video of, when the ones who are being pelted by stones, I'm sure someone must have gotten injured.
Not that much.
Right? So we need to be able to ask ourselves, when you come and, you look at the police and you're throwing a stone at the police, you're actually provoking them. What is it you're expecting them to do?
Meshack, 15 seconds. Monday, we expect another?
I expect people to gather peacefully.
Yes.
And take their march and present the memorandum they have.
Yes.
And return home.
Meshack.
As they do that, I expect police to escort them and ensure that none of them in that crowd has touched anything that belongs to another person.
Yes.
So I expect shops to be open and things like that. But unfortunately, we are borrowing all this democracy concept from the West. They are not really our things as Africa.
Yes.
And that is why you see it's happening. Some other places it really goes well.
Yes.
And some other places, like in Africa, it's really bad. I heard some people talking about the South African yesterday. The truth is, it was even worse, because I think 4 people died. They burned houses that belongs to the government, and 81 people arrested, and so many things. But that does not mean ours cannot be good. Ours can be better if it is followed as the Constitution demands. The police to escort the demonstrators,
Meshack.
get to their destination, present their memorandum, and walk back home and say, let's gather on Monday next week. Yeah.
As expected. Hopefully, it is exactly what we're going to say Monday, because
But
now...
you see, the whole thing is,
Yes.
there is also human psychology. You cannot wake up in Kibra and the presence of police all over. What does that show the people? You are simply telling these people, we have a fight with you. So the people in Kibra who were supposed to go to work yesterday did not go to work because they were all pushed back into their houses. And so they had a whole day to pelt stones on police, and then police will come and say the stones were being pelted, so we had to respond. I mean, why do you take police to Kibra? In the morning, people wake up and find police all over. That is profiling in the first place. Why didn't you bring police to Lavington all over?